the long-awaited AFC East division breakdown. Now this one holds a special place in me and Chris's heart.
Yes,
and Jake.
We kind of planned this very perfectly. And Jake, I forgot, he is a Dolphins fan, where we have my team,
I
Chris's
convinced him
team,
at least.
and we also have the Buffalo Bills, who are going to be
Hard
on
Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
So we planned it pretty well, actually, kind of on accident.
Whoops.
But hey, we'll take it. First team we're going to talk about, the New York Jets. I hate the Jets with all my life. It's kind of like I hate the Mets. I hate all New York teams. I don't really have a problem with the Yankees.
What? That's like the only one you should.
They're fun to make fun of for me. They're like the Cowboys. They're easy to make fun of.
Yeah, I guess.
Their manager's easy to make fun of. So I just laugh. I really
Aaron
don't
Boone.
hate them. I hate the Mets. I hate the Jets. The Jets are sitting at 6.5 wins.
They got a tough
Mr. Justin Fields, everyone was scared
Broken
out of their
pinky.
mind because he broke his pinky toe or fractured his little pinky toe. Everyone thought I don't even get
Scary,
started
like,
on that.
No. Not again.
Yeah. The Jets, to me, I do think, though, their head coach is going to put them on a good path with
Aaron Glenn.
same way he was with Dan Campbell, the same expectations we have with Ben Johnson. I like that for them, just looking at as a football fan, as someone who kind of invests a lot of time in that.
I will say, though, Aaron Glenn, like, we know a lot less about him and his coaching ability and his coaching style. It's like Ben Johnson was thrown into our face because it's an offensive league and, like, being number one offense in back-to-back years. But it's like you didn't hear necessarily too much about the Lions' defense. They had, they were good, but
A lot of injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries, a lot of shootouts too, throughout the years. So I will be interested to see what kind of coach he is. If he's going to be just, the head figure and his coordinators are incredible and he's just kind of like the guy that keeps everyone, stationary and not moving around too much.
Like what Dan Campbell did?
Yeah, pretty much. Like another molded Dan Campbell. Yeah. But I think they're very interesting, and they're sitting at 6.5 wins, so the league obviously doesn't think they're going to be very good.
Yeah.
They just re-signed Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner,
which was important.
Deals.
At least you go into it. We always say that you reward your good players early, so you don't pay for it later.
Exactly.
So I definitely think they knew that. They took advantage of that. They signed Garrett Wilson and Sauce.
It's like the third years of their deals that they just finished up, or like they just finished up their second year in the league.
Well deserved too. Well deserved.
Oh, absolutely. A little bit less for Sauce just because he kind of fell off last year. So we'll see. This is a big year for him to kind of prove that contract. But to start opposite of him, because they lost DJ Reed in free agency, they signed Brandon Stevens, good corner. He was on the Ravens last year. And they signed some veteran guys like Andre Sisco, safety, and then Josh Reynolds, who was with the Lions last year. He followed Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I don't know. They signed also Justin Fields is center from college. They also brought in. So they're trying to finally make Justin comfortable, because I feel like everywhere Justin's been, it's been people don't know how to call plays for him. And maybe that's,
maybe that's his fault.
Yeah, maybe that is his fault. But I don't know. The Jets are interesting. I'll be paying attention as long as, their guys are healthy that are fun to watch. Like, I love Breece Hall, even though he had a kind of a down year last year.
Yeah.
But their draft, they had a decent draft too. I mean, they drafted the LSU tight end, Georgia wide receiver Arian Smith, Malachi Moore, Alabama safety. So they're trying. I mean, they're trying.
No, like I said, I think their head coach puts them in a good spot to
improve
and, bring that Dan Campbell-esque of what everyone seems to want now with a head coach.
Yeah.
I, again, though, don't know if I fully trust Justin Fields. Like you said, he's just kind of bounced around.
He has.
Hasn't
been healthy.
I've always called him the SportsCenter top 10 quarterback. He'll do a couple things a year that gets him on SportsCenter. That's like, holy shit, that was awesome. But at the end of the day, you're just an average quarterback. You're a hell of an athlete. You can do all these amazing things, but you can't play quarterback very well at a high level to be able to put your team in positions to win every week. So that I'll stay true to my argument I've had with all these teams. The quarterback for me, I need to see a lot. And you have Garrett Wilson, you have Breece Hall. You've got plenty of guys to, I think, help elevate you to not have it all be on your shoulders. But I can say the same thing about kind of him last year with Pittsburgh. You had pretty good George Pickens. You had two, I think, decent running backs. You had a pretty good tight end in Freiermuth, and it was still just...
He was hurt, though.
He was, but even in and I know he kind of got benched, and Everyone was kind of shocked about him getting benched, and then they brought Russell Wilson. So you could say all you want about that. It just comes down to the quarterback for me. And you, I think, have enough to at least at the end of this year go, okay, he's the guy. Let's continue to build around this, or he just can't do it.
Because they signed him to like a 2 or 3 year deal, right?
I can't remember exactly.
If I'm not mistaken, it was like a 3 year deal, I think.
Can't remember.
I mean, their start to the schedule is really rough, dude. Like, their season's going to be over. So, I mean, they start Pittsburgh, they play Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, sorry, Chris, Cowboys, Broncos. It's not pretty. So I think they finish it off at Buffalo. So 6.5 wins is probably about what they finish with, like 6, 7. And they'll have a high draft pick, and you'll know at the very end if Justin Fields is the guy.
Yes.
Or he gets hurt again.
And then
yes. Rough.
Next team, we kind of mentioned it. This is the Hard Knocks team for this year, the Buffalo Bills.
Highest win total in the league,
and
too.
Aren't they favored in every single one of their games this year? We talked about that a couple months ago.
Yep.
So that's interesting. But yes, 12.5 wins, a lot of wins.
That's a lot.
Well deserved, though.
I think they're going to be 13-4.
You have the MVP. I think you signed some pretty good free agents, especially with Joey Bosa. You know, I think Joey Bosa has been notorious for getting hurt. He's kind of mentioned it in some press conferences of how he needed just a kind of a change of scenery. He's been there for 8 years.
Yeah.
So he's one of those players that all of a sudden you can go, how the hell did we let the Bills get Joey Bosa?
Yeah.
You know, and he ends up with 12, 13 sacks maybe.
That's
true.
So
I can see that happening. Of course, you still have Josh Allen.
The offense looks good.
We did it last year, and even looking at their, I scanned their roster this morning. Their defense still just does not look anything spectacular. They get Milano back, their linebacker, their all-pro linebacker. He was hurt a lot of last year.
Yeah.
But their defense is what we said last year. You and me got shit for it to where we were like, the Buffalo Bills are not gonna. Mm-hmm. They're not going to do what. Now I know some of that argument was Josh Allen and his turnover injuries, turnover problems, and then all of a sudden he plays like the first 10 games with 1 interception, and it made us look stupid. Mm-hmm. But it was in good reason because of what he's done. The Bills to me have kind of turned into the team like the Patriots were all those years, like the Chiefs are now. I'm not going to bet against them. If the Bills are playing,
agreed,
unless they're playing a Ravens or a Chiefs or it's one of those teams to where it could go either way, I'm not going to bet against the Bills.
Yeah, and I mean, we already took a look at their schedule. I mean, it's favorable. I mean, it's very favorable. Like, I'm looking at this, and they finished first last year. It's probably partially, the divisions that they do play this year. But like you said, all of their tough games are at home for the most part.
Yeah.
And they get to play Philadelphia at home in December. And so they've got enough to win 13 games for sure. And their offense is great. I think they have their right side of the O-line is what very much worries me. Their O-line in general. Last year, I will continue to be an advocate for it. It does not matter who's at quarterback if you can't block for him. And yeah, Josh Allen may have a better chance than most just because he's huge and he can get away and make, unconventional plays. But that could end up being, maybe they're not able to get the ball to their playmakers. Maybe James Cook doesn't have enough holes to run through anymore. So I think more so than their defense, their offensive line could be what shoots them in the foot. Because I look at their defense, their pass rush is going to be good. They had a good draft. They drafted, Vanny knows this, Deion Walker from Kentucky. They also took Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky.
Yeah.
But Hairston's already dealing with injuries. They really, all of their first 4 picks were defense. So they definitely saw what you saw last year. I think we needed some more depth. And their secondary's banged up too. But I think overall, this is still one of the best rosters in the league. It's not the best. I think the Ravens and the Eagles definitely have better rosters. So I think realistically, it's just their schedule that makes them this, attractive to the NFL.
And you have a quarterback that can MVP, overcome all of that.
Yeah. That's true.
And we've seen
none of this matters if Josh Allen plays like he did last year.
And I think the Bills fall under the category now of like, okay, it's cool. You can do this in the regular season. You can win all these games.
Do it in the playoffs.
You haven't been able to put it together in the playoffs enough to make it to a Super Bowl. That's now the expectations of the Bills.
Yep.
We can talk about Super Bowl and whether or not all that later. I like the
really
Bills.
cool
They
to
have a
see
good
Harbaugh.
roster, and they have a quarterback who can put the team on his back. And to me, in the NFL, that's what you need in high pressure situations when it comes to having to win games, playoff games, whatever you want to say. So I trust that.
Well, I think the NFL really wants to get the Bills in the Super Bowl.
I think
too.
they do too.
I think so.
I want to see them in the Super Bowl at some point.
I do too. We've been
Sounds
waiting.
silly, but I do.
The Bills are kind of one of those teams to where if I wasn't a Patriots fan, the Bills are kind of like the Lions.
Yeah.
Like they're easy
Hard not to like.
They're easy to like.
Yes.
And me being a Patriots fan, I like kind of you with the Packers. I just don't like them because I have to freaking play them, 2 times, and you got to play Josh Allen twice, and then we played them in 3 times some years where we have to play them in the playoffs. So
well, I don't like them as a Dolphin fan though, simply because you guys won the division. How many years in a row did the Patriots win? And then now you're finally done.
Now it's the Bills.
And now the Bills. And it's like we can't ever. I mean, we are always a bridesmaid.
Yeah. Next team, though, Chris's team, Miami Dolphins, sitting at 7.5 wins.
I tried to make Dawson a Dolphin fan from a very young age.
Yeah, let's tell the story really quick because this actually is perfect for the last 2 teams.
Well, there are pictures of Dawson wearing Miami Dolphin stuff when he was very little. It didn't stick, unfortunately. He fell in love with that quarterback named Tom Brady.
It worked on Jake later on, though.
Jake did.
So this is what
attempt number 2.
Because I know Jack likes to give me shit too. Like, oh, you were born in Montana. How the hell are you a Patriots fan? Look. Chris was a Dolphins fan. One of the first games I ever watched. He can vouch for me. Was against the Patriots. Of course, the Patriots won.
Right here.
I naturally said I like that team because they won. That's how it all started. 6 Super Bowls later.
So look, I mean, the reason
that was after their first Super Bowl. You can't claim that first.
I mean, look,
you were like 2. You were like 2 when they won.
That's fair. I didn't know. Like I just
you don't know when you're little.
It was just the team that beat Dad's team, so I was like, I want to be a fan of that team.
All I know is that when Dawson was very young, we would sit and watch football games on Sunday, living in Montana, and he would sit there all day. Most little kids wouldn't do that, and he really loved football.
Same here.
As I got older, I think probably around 10, 11, 12 years old, I liked the Dolphins. I liked the colors. I liked what Dan Marino was doing. It was fun to watch a great quarterback. And I think that's exactly what happened with Dawson, where you see Tom Brady come in and win. And why would you not root for that guy? And it just became that.
Well, and we see that now too. Who's everyone's fan? I mean, they're either fans of the Bills, Josh Allen,
the Ravens,
Lamar Jackson.
Honestly, Jalen Hurts has fallen into that conversation now too.
So we see that with everyone.
You fall in love with a quarterback, and that's why I became a Dolphin fan. And
on the other side of the country.
From Montana.
Well, in Montana, there's no team,
like
so
Miami.
everybody in Montana was you were either a KC fan, you were a Denver fan, or you were a Seattle fan.
Why didn't you choose Denver?
Makes sense.
Why didn't I choose Denver?
Yeah, the Elway. Yeah.
I mean, for some reason, maybe it was
Denver
because
was
everybody
incredible
else,
back then.
But they really weren't. I mean,
Steve Atwater.
But it just, I don't know. They weren't fun to watch. But you got to remember, when I was a kid, guys, games were on tape delay.
Oh,
you didn't know who won a game until the next day. You saw it in the newspaper. Really,
I actually
there was
just
no
read
Sports
that
Center. There
passage
was like
in Expectations.
Yes, it was very. That's right. I wrote about that in my book. It was very strange to not have technology then. And really, Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell, the 2-minute thing that he would do at halftime that Chris Berman, has done now.
Yeah.
That was, you watched Monday Night Football just to get a quick highlight of the whole league, and you saw a little bit of every game, and it was in like 2 minutes, and that was all you saw of the NFL. That's the way it used to be. It was not what it is today.
We've come.
Look how far we've come. But let's talk about my Dolphins.
Anyway,
we got to talk about my Dolphins.
The big trades that we talked about were the Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. I didn't like the Jonnu Smith trade. I understood the Ramsey trade. I think you got a little bit compensation back getting Fitzpatrick to kind of replace the Jalen Ramsey. And with all their injuries they have, you better hope that Fitzpatrick doesn't go down hurt. Because he's going to be very, very vital for that defense now. So the good thing they traded back.
Your guy's
for him.
starting right corner right now is Storm Duck.
Yeah, you ever heard of that guy?
Well, look, we've lost two cornerbacks already now that are out for the whole season.
Yeah, I know.
And that's gonna hurt because you're right. A lot is gonna fall on Fitzpatrick. Yeah. He's gonna have to play great.
And he's a great player. He's been able to do that for the Steelers. So, but you're going to be asking a lot of him the whole year now because of a lot of the injuries that you guys have.
Tua's gonna die again, dude. I don't know who 4 of y'all's starting offensive lineman is, and that's news for me. Like, they're very rarely do I not know a player.
Hey, Tua's not worried about it. He will tuck it and run, and he will dive head first. He is not scared.
They brought Darren Waller out of retirement. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Chris. Like, I'm trying to find any reason to say a good thing about the Dolphins.
You got Tua and Waddle and Achane.
Yeah.
They're going to be great for fantasy.
No, not even that. Like, I don't even think, like, Tua's going to die in week 3. No one's going to be able to block for Zach Wilson because he's QB2 right now. I am fading every single Dolphins player imaginable this year. Like, I really am. And let's just look at their schedule just so I don't feel like I'm
okay. So I want to look at the schedule because we could go through wins here on the schedule.
Just take a look.
We start out at Indianapolis. Okay,
that's a good one.
We're gonna get that win.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the W.
Yeah.
Okay, week 2 we play New England, the Patriots. We're gonna win that game.
We never know.
Then we play Buffalo. We're gonna lose that.
Yeah.
We're gonna play New York. We're gonna win. We're gonna play Carolina. We're gonna win. We're gonna lose to LA. We're gonna beat Cleveland. We're gonna lose to Atlanta. We're going to lose to Baltimore. We're going to lose to Buffalo. We're going to lose to Washington. We might get New Orleans. Listen, I think
You'll
8
beat
wins
New
realistically. Then we
Orleans,
play
probably.
New York again, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay.
New
I
England
see
to
us
finish
with
it.
8 wins. I got 8 wins for the Dolphins this year.
Yeah.
We're going undefeated.
What?
Jake says
What?
they're going undefeated.
No. No, there's no undefeated season. Oh, listen to Jake.
Expectations.
Look, I think when you really break it down, like we have with all these teams, it comes down to the quarterback. And if Tua can stay healthy,
He's very accurate.
get the ball to his playmaker. We've seen that when he's been healthy.
2 years ago when he stayed healthy the whole season,
Yeah,
we had a season.
And he led the league in passing yards and
Yes, it was
everything.
huge.
So that's not up for
And then Tyreek
that's
got
not up for
arrested,
discussion.
And then it all just went
It
to
all
hell
went
from
to hell after he got it. Yeah. So yeah, you need Tua to stay healthy. One, if Tua can stay healthy for the whole season, I think you have a good chance of at least staying competitive in all these games, no matter who you're playing. If Tua goes down and all of a sudden you're having to throw out
Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers,
then
dog.
Hey, I actually think Ewers could be pretty good. We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and I don't want to say I hope he gets a chance, but there's a good chance he does get a chance.
And if he does get a chance, it's because y'all were at a 4th and 15 and Tua thought he could make it whatever.
Or a 3rd and 25.
So yeah. 3rd and 20 and he thought he could make it 4th and 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
From 4th and 13.
It wouldn't
So he
surprise
decided
me
to
in the
tuck and run.
least. I just talked to a good friend of mine who is a season ticket holder down in Miami. Been a fan his whole life, born in Miami. And he said the same thing. He's like, Tua, he's so great. He's so much fun to watch in person, week after week. He just can't figure out when, you know what? We'll wait till the next set of downs.
Which is a good and bad thing at times.
Yeah.
Like you want to have a guy who is consistently trying to, get a first down, score points. But like you said,
But on a 3rd and 29, when he's diving to make it 3rd and 22,
that's my
that
point.
was a bad play.
Know within yourself where I'm either going to chuck this up, try to get a pass interference, but if I have to run, I'm not running for 30 yards to get a first down. So knowing your situation, the happy medium of being aggressive, but knowing, live to fight another down or another drive, that's Tua's problem. But if he stays healthy, I've been notorious for saying I think he's a good quarterback. He just needs to stay healthy. He's got plenty of playmakers to get the ball to. Hopefully his line can protect him. Hopefully his team can kind of stop the other team with all these injuries. And we'll see.
I just need to say one thing. I need to make sure that this guy right here, okay, I never said that Tua was better than Dan Marino. Flynn, never said that. Okay, this guy was amazing. His release, the way he got rid of that ball, unbelievable. Okay, Tua has a quick release too.
He does.
But Tua is no Dan Marino.
Consistently, Tua is one of the fastest, if not the fastest quarterback at getting the ball out. Yeah. So that benefits him. And I think the front 7 for the Dolphins is pretty good. It's just, like you said, 2 or 3 corners are already out for the year. I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick is the only healthy safety. And so you signed Jack Jones, who's decent. I know you're familiar with Jack Jones, but he's kind of a wild card. Like he could get ejected in the first quarter.
Yep.
And so
he can have 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
In the same game.
And there's no in between. And that's the issue. I mean, I think their line's pretty good. I think 7.5. I think they probably finish with like 7, and it's probably because they just don't have guys healthy. I mean, it's every year, and they're playing cold games in December with guys out. It's just not a good mix for the Dolphins.
And it hasn't been. We've seen that the past couple of years.
It's the same story.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Now,
they're playing more cold weather teams.
8-10. That's the
Last
record.
team.
Oh,
I busted out the championship shirt. 'Cause no one else in here can wear one but me. Because you guys' teams haven't won one in the past. How long? Century?
Shut up.
Couple.
Shut
20,
up.
30, 40.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Come on.
My Patriots. I don't think the 8.5 win total is realistic at all.
he thinks 11 or 12.
No, no. I think that should be either 7.5 or 6.5. I think 8.5 is too much. It says a lot though to what Vegas thinks about Mike Vrabel and about Drake May and about some of our picks that we had. So that's exciting. And I'll be the first one to say, I've told you 1,000 times, I'm not expecting anything but show some potential that we have the right guys in the building, on the team, on the coaching staff. That's all I'm looking for this year.
I finally like the roster. Like, genuinely, I'm looking at y'all's roster. There's not too many holes. There's really not.
Well, and I think our O-line, was it the sexy pick with Will Campbell? No, but when
Great
he got
pick,
up
though.
on stage and said, I'm going to die to protect my
I
quarterback.
wish you guys could have seen.
Like-
So we were at the draft, and when Will Campbell gets taken, Dawson's kind of like, you can see he's expecting it. He sees it coming. Abdul Carter just got taken. But then Will Campbell says, I'm going to fight and die for this team. And I see Dawson just light up. He's like, ooh.
It put a little fire a little bit where it was like, okay, that's cool. That totally fits what Mike Vrabel's trying to do. It wasn't Abdul Carter, and I now, seeing how good he's doing in training camp, I just go, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to do the job that we need him to do when it comes to just having that type of player on our team.
Yeah.
So my other big one that I was, the Stephon Diggs thing. I think that it started really shitty, and it started like, wow, we're just going to be.
He's already partying on yachts.
And hanging out with Cardi B and whoever he was.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. He's looked great, though, with the training camp.
They're saying he's going to be ready for the start of the year.
The other guy that I'm two guys I'm really excited about.
Kyle
I'm trying
Williams.
not to get my hopes up.
Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams looks
good.
really good.
He does.
The wide receiver, what he was out of.
AJ's been telling us about him for a while, and I think Washington State, I believe.
He had a drop
Something
problem
like that.
in college, which was why I had a problem with him going to the Patriots, because our receivers just have been notorious for just not even catching the ball, not being good with the, a run after catch, and he's the fastest guy. And it's like, well, if he can't catch the ball, it doesn't matter how fast he is.
Yeah.
So, but he looks really good. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. The other guy that looks really, really good, that could be a really good fantasy player, is Trayvon Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
The running back out of Ohio State that we took right before the Bears.
Literally
in that
right
draft.
before us.
I think
This
he's
guy
going to be really, really good in the pass
so.
game. And we've seen that through training camp. They have a huge role for him, especially with, what's his name?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yes, Ramondre Stevenson. He
Got benched last year.
Got benched last year, but then was starting. No one really knew.
He had fumble issues.
I think by the end of the year, Henderson's going to be probably taking 80% of the snaps.
He's a good running back.
He's a really good running back. I think Drake May has looked really good with Pop Douglas. The other one, this is why I'm so weary and so just my guard is on when wide receivers for the Patriots, is Jalen Polk, the Washington receiver, played with Penix. Everyone knew him, that we drafted last year. He still has not showed up to camp.
Really?
Still has not even showed up.
I did not know that.
So to me, I'm going, dude, you were here for 1 year. Who do you think you are?
The good news is, though, they prepared for this.
This is
And
true,
they brought
but
in
at the
Kyle
same
Williams
time,
and
that's
Diggs.
why I get so...
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes up, because Jalen Polk was pretty good in college.
Yeah.
He had really good numbers, was supposed to be this amazing, and then all of a sudden, it's like he
So
forgets how
year
to play
2
football.
of his contract, he doesn't show up?
He didn't show
Year
up.
2.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I didn't know that. But
On a
like
rookie
I said, you
deal,
guys...
not even like, it's not like
What round was he drafted
Second
in?
round.
Second round.
Like early
So
second
is he
round.
like mad about these other second rounders? Maybe he thinks he wants a bunch of guaranteed
I
money
want to
now.
restructure.
I have no
It
idea.
doesn't work like that.
I have no, especially after what you did the first year in the NFL.
He had like 200 receiving
I mean,
yards,
it was bad.
It was bad.
So I like Drake May, though. The clips that I've seen with Pop Douglas looks really good.
Did you see
with
the
his
clip
route
I sent
running.
you over the weekend of that Drake May bomb?
I did. On the run,
Oh my
just
God.
right in stride to Pop Douglas down the sideline. There is hope.
Yes, there is.
Christian Gonzalez has been hurt, though. They're saying that he'll be fine, but I hate when players go into the season with hamstring injuries.
See, Carlton Davis is actually healthy now.
I saw that because at first he was hurt, so that's good. But
Peppers and Duggar, good safety combo.
Yes. So on paper, I think we have the guys that Mike Vrabel needed to get in to buy into what he wants to do. The same way he did with the Titans when he was there. You know, he was able to do what he did. He took them all the way to the AFC Championship game with Ryan Tannehill.
Yes, he did.
So I have hope. And maybe that's why the win total is 8.5.
Yeah.
I just don't think that we're going to be able to get there, especially in our division. We'll find, because it's my team, I'll really go over. I think we maybe win Las Vegas.
I think you win Las Vegas. Give yourself some more credit.
Okay, so let's say we win Las Vegas. I don't think we beat Miami.
Really?
I don't. Pittsburgh is a coin flip to me because we're in Pittsburgh. I think we beat Carolina. That's 2. We lose to Buffalo.
You're at home. You're at home versus Pittsburgh.
Oh, you're right. Right.
Yeah.
So even that though, Pittsburgh is just. I still feel
they're an anomaly. We don't know what Pittsburgh's going to be next year, but I think you guys could beat Carolina.
I think we beat Carolina, or maybe that's another just a coin flip because it's still week
Carolina
4 and we're trying to figure it out. Carolina, yeah,
that's
not
true.
going to beat LA.
I don't think we beat Buffalo. We definitely beat New Orleans. If we don't beat the Saints, then wrap it up.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
It's a tough game.
I think Tennessee's a tough game. That one's
game.
close too. Might have to maybe think about going to that one.
Oh, we could. Nashville's like 3 hours from us. 3.5.
Not too bad.
I'd love to go to that game.
Cleveland. I think we beat Cleveland with all the quarterback drama crap that they'll probably have by week 8.
Might be Shador.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who it's going to be. I think we'll lose to the Falcons. Falcons are going to be good. Tampa will lose to Tampa. Let's say we split with the Jets. So let's say we beat them the first game. We lose to Cincy. New York Giants toss up on Monday night. I see that one going either way, depending on who they have at quarterback. We lose to Buffalo. We lose to Baltimore. We already beat the Jets. So let's say we lose to the Jets. And then Miami.
You think the Jets are beating y'all one game?
Well, you do play Miami at home. So
let's say I win that one. So we're sitting at what, 6-7 wins?
I'll give you so I think you beat Vegas. I think you beat Miami. I think you beat Carolina. I think you beat New Orleans. I think you beat Cleveland. I think you beat the Jets twice. And I think you beat, that's Jets twice. I think you beat Miami twice. That's 8.
So we never.
I just don't think Miami or the Jets are going to be very
you
good.
guys, we always split. We always split with the Patriots.
Same thing with your division. How it just seems like
it's
it's
always
split.
Always.
The only game that I
Even
could
back
see
in
get
Brady
us
days,
to
it was a
7 or
split.
8. No, that's not true.
What?
Sometimes
you had the
Except
Miami
the Bills.
Miracle.
The
Yes, we did. We had a few miracles. Come on, don't take that away from me.
I think the one that can put us to like 7-8 wins on the year would be the New York Giants game on Monday night.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Now we could all of a sudden be Washington and have a really good year and we beat some of these teams that we don't have. I don't know, but my expectations going into it of what has happened the past couple of years, I would be happy with seeing potential and building a team around a prominent Drake May if he has a good year. Yep. And they finally, last year there were reports saying that they didn't want him to run the ball. And it's like, why? Like it's like looking at Josh Allen and saying, don't run the ball.
It just doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense what was going on
last year. Yeah. You finally got a taste into what it's like as a Bears fan, finally.
I did. And it sucks.
It's just a bunch of head scratching comments and moves, and you're like,
What do you mean? Don't tell your quarterback to run the ball. Just tell him to slide. Just tell him to get out of bounds. It's very simple.
Don't be Tua.
So yeah, I am excited. I think all the training camp stuff. Like I said, Henderson, Kyle Williams. I would love to buy a jersey
Georgia
this
center
year.
too. Like you guys had a really good draft. The Cal safety, all across the board, made some very good picks. Very good picks. And so I think this is the building year.
I would love to finally purchase a Patriots jersey.
I think you should get a Will Campbell jersey.
That's Jake
the one
said.
guy is going to be there 15
That's
years.
what Jake said too.
Will Campbell is the pick.
Well, and everyone's seen it. The new uniforms are coming out for the rivalry stuff. More teams than I thought. So
what divisions are they doing? Let's look.
They're doing the Washington's getting one. The Eagles are getting one. The Jets are getting one. The Dolphins. The Arizona Cardinals.
How can they not do the Bears and Packers? AFC East and NFC West.
Yes, you're right. You're right. The Rams, the rumor Rams are getting like black ones,
Guess
which
what
would be really
next
cool.
year is? Next year is AFC South and NFC North.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't care about next year yet.
Jake was saying, Jake hopes that the Dolphins, which I think this would be great if they brought back an orange uniform.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
orange was
sick.
cool.
That'd be
like
really
the orange
cool.
would be
I
really
bet you
cool.
guys are finally getting your red jerseys.
I want the red.
I think you're getting
I
them
want the
back.
ones with the really big.
Stars?
No, the really big Patriot head going this way.
Okay.
You know, I know
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
think when did is there a August 28th is when they get released.
Yeah. So people are trying to pick apart, like based on the logos and what the color of the uniform's going to be.
Oh man.
And everything. They're going to be cool. But I hope that maybe this year I can finally.
It's about damn time the
jersey.
NFL started spicing up their jerseys, dude.
Well,
It's been I love the
yeah.
classics, but I love when they use alternates. And
Yeah.
they have so much potential.
And
for
helmets,
other
like
ones.
all the helmet potential.
The Bears never I love the Bears uniforms. It's one of the best in the league, just like the navy blue, but they don't change ever. It's always that's how they look.
Buffalo bringing the red helmets back is really cool.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
a huge
that.
throwback.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be cool when all those are released.
Very cool.
But to wrap up our final division, AFC East questions.
Buffalo?
Who wins the division? I think it's easy. Buffalo.
It's easy.
I seriously think, and I'm basing this off health. If Tua stays healthy, I'm going with the Dolphins at 2. I'm going with the Patriots at 3, and the Jets sitting last.
Yeah.
That now I could see the only one that I see really switching would be the Patriots
2
and the
and 3.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
If the Patriots end up coming out with a better, team than they had last year, Tua gets hurt.
I just think
I can
y'all
see us
are
coming
gonna,
in second.
Y'all are gonna come to play. Like that
I
team is
hope.
motivated. Mike Vrabel knows how to get his guys going. Yes, let's go. Come on.
No.
Show, show the podcast what this guy did. That is a Mac Jones number 10
Oh,
jersey.
yes.
Dawson
We told
spent
this story.
with his own money.
We told this story. Me and
yes.
Vanny.
There's the proof.
Here's the proof.
That's the proof.
Vanny bought a white one. I bought a blue one. I should burn it.
Good.
I should burn it.
Live on air.
So maybe we need to make a penalty.
Oh,
He's going to
you
have to
gotta
wear that.
Get the tape.
Yeah, he's going to have
Hey,
to wear
right
that
here.
on an
Drake
episode
May.
if something happens.
Right
so
there.
if the Dolphins sweep the Patriots, you have to wear that jersey.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's do
If
it.
the Dolphins sweep the Patriots, I'll wear your Dan Marino jersey for an episode.
Right on. There we go.
Ooh, I like
love
that
it.
better. I like that
that's
better.
what I'll do.
But yeah, I think Bills win the division. I think the Patriots finish second, but I think the Dolphins finish third, and I think they probably finish with probably similar win totals. But I think, like I said, the Patriots sweep the Dolphins, and then the Jets finish last. I think the Jets just. They're weird, and we know next to nothing about what their head coach is going to be, even less than Ben Johnson. So yeah, I think Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets is how your division shakes up.
I disagree. I actually agree with Dawson. I mean, obviously the Bills.
Dolphins second.
I think we're going to take second because I just don't see us losing to the Jets.
Well, you just
I
got to
don't
stay
see us
healthy.
losing to the Patriots.
Just need
so
health.
regardless of the overall, wins and losses, we're going to be second in the AFC East.
Okay.
I believe that. I think the Jets will be last, no question.
I think one
I think
team
we'll be
wins
close.
or
We'll be a
makes
game ahead of
playoffs.
you guys. I
Yeah,
think we'll be a game
you and
ahead.
me will be. I think unless
game.
something just crazy happens.
Realistically,
And of course,
it could
we
be,
won't make the playoffs.
No.
No, one team will make the playoffs. Unfortunately,
Realistically, it
because
could be the
AFC 's
last. I think 3 teams being 8, 7, 6,
Yeah.
like that. And it's, I think one team makes the playoffs. I think realistically, the Patriots or Dolphins could get close. Like I said, they end up coming out the gate really hot, playing well. Maybe.
AFC is just
But
too loaded, especially
is.
when you go to the north.
The
you got
NFL
the
in
Bengals,
general
the
is-
Ravens, and the Broncos, the Chiefs. Like it's just there's too many teams.
There are not